Microphone check. Microphone check. Guys, we are going to be resuming audio when the music is taken down. For now, we're still testing microphone as well as testing internet. This time, hoping for a better video than the first live final. Coming up next with the ADEN versus ESHCA very, very shortly. Very good evening, dear viewers, from wherever you're watching. Good evening to you. For potentially the very last match of the competition. Good evening, watching from Harare. Good evening, watching from Johannesburg. Good evening, South Africa. Good evening, Zimbabwe. Good evening, Africa. Good evening, everybody that's watching the second live final. Now, just in case you may not have been online in the last 30 minutes to 1 hour ago, you may not be aware that ADEN from South Africa and ESHCA from Zimbabwe have without a shadow of a doubt been the best two players in the tournament that ending now the Zariba's 64-man competition that has been the toast of African pool for the last 4 days, including today, that is having the second last match, if not the very last, depending on the outcome of this match. It has been a double F competition that once again has been played for 4 days, this one being the very last today, starting with the first live semi-final that saw ADEN beat Tami and Malova beat Sakala. The second live semi-final saw ADEN beat Malova and ESHCA beating Gente. This means that the two were to face off twice in the first and second live finals. Thereafter, if one of them wins one final and another wins another, the two get to face off in the grand final. The two faced off in the first live final. That was won rather convincingly and comprehensively by ADEN by a score that was 13 frames to 5. This one provides ESHCA's only chance of trying to win this competition, and that will be by winning this final to take this overall competition into a grand final that shall be played as the last match of the event, if it does get to happen. One frame in this race to 13 has already been played and has been won by ESHCA, who, if you're watching from Break and Finish Live, will be having his scores in blue on the right. And if you're watching from Break and Finish from Peter Chebe Live YouTube, he'll be having his scores in green again on the right, with ADEN having his scores in red on the left. You are listening to the voice of Simon Peter Chewe, bringing to you the action in the second live final between ADEN and ESHCA. 1-0, ADEN is in the lead. They are racing to 13. If ESHCA wins once again, we have a grand final between the two. If ADEN wins, he takes positions number 1 and 2. It is the start. It will be happening for about 1.5 hours or so. ADEN 0, ESHCA 1, rest 13. Commentary coming in a minute. That one is a fish. Fish, man.
Even if they YouTube, I'm gonna pay them to ADEN.
This tournament, dear viewers, is at risk of turning into the actual Ghost Nation Championship, because it is the Ghost that is the best player of them all so far in the competition, and ESHCA is only a distant second best. 2 frames to 1, race to 13, still early days, but you get to worry where this final is going. Anyways, ADEN 2 and ESHCA 1. This, I have to tell you that the mood of everyone at the venue is almost very expectant. Everybody looked forward to this final, most especially given the 2 fantastic performances by ESHCA, one against Ginte, the other against Sakala. He performed most especially against Ginte, like he had a realistic chance of taking down ADEN. But when ADEN won the first live final, people are just watching as though they are watching a blank table, as though they know where this is going, as though they know that the tournament is already inclined to an ADEN Joseph 1 and 2, something that he has done so many times before. In fact, for the last 3 years, he has won 2 annual competitions in South Africa, taking positions number 1 and 2. If I'm not mistaken, both of them at Canterbury. No, one of them at Canterbury and another here in Johannesburg at the very, very start of the year. He also won a tournament that was organized at the OYDC in Osaka in 2021, taking positions number 1 and 2. Late last year, the only person that came to stop him winning positions 1 and 2 was Tammy, who beat him in the first live semi-final. There was also the Billiards Cafe Classic of last year that he won after having lost out in the first live semi-final to Nzamu. In this one, it is the player that has Nzamu as an inspiration that now has the task of saving face, saving Nepsan, saving Zimbabwe. You can even say saving the rest of the participants by trying to win in what looks like a very hard mission, beating a guy who gets to the table and starts spotting everything. ADEN has 2 raids on the table, 1 portable to the corner pocket, top right, another to the center pocket bottom, the black as well to the corresponding center pocket top, in what will be a 3rd frame won by the Ghost. This time round, 5 break and finish. ADEN 3, ESHCA 1, race to 13. He was very careful there, waiting for the cue ball to stop his movement before placing the cue stick on the table. If he doesn't, by the rules, if his opponent does like to appeal, he gets to take the frame away. And I have to tell you that I have filmed so many tournaments involving ADEN whenever I've got a chance in this country, Tanzania, Kenya, my own country, Uganda. But this performance in this tournament, not just the final, the competition overall, it has been very, very special. Even his own tournament that he organized, that ended 5 days ago, he never came even close to being this good. In fact, Jerry was a much better player, even in the match against ADEN himself. Everything he has been doing has been turning into gold. I've lost count of how many times he has been banking off the cushion and doing it almost effortlessly. He has just reminded us of his banking skills, banking the balls after the match. he expects to be banking the money. That is the money of number 1 and number 2. There is a red that is in between black and yellow. It's the ball that Eden may have in mind as he tries to contemplate a move that could see him winning a 4th in the first life final. His idea is to stop ESHCA from forcing a grand final. That is if Eden wins this ongoing match. That will win him positions 1 and 2. It's coming close to that. As Les Motlala says in the comment section that Jerry is king and Aiden is prince. I have no comments. I just love the banter between the players and the fans. For now, Aiden is the man of the moment, unless he gets this wrong. But he's seemingly not. There would be bad of the 2 reds on the table. He has moved the cue ball in a position that he can put it as though it was the easier ball on the table. He's winning a 4th frame. He will, however, be having work to do because he may have wanted to put red to the corner pocket top. The cue ball of the movement of the cue ball has lacked power. I'm not certain it can pass into the corner pocket at the top left, which is top right if you're watching from Facebook. If it can, he's good to go. He may want to play red off yellow, and he ends up missing the target. ESHCA can go for the frame now against a very, very, very intimidating player. You even wonder what you can do playing a guy who is shooting like he's possessed, calling himself a ghost as though he's possessing his opponents. Maybe it is only Jerry in this whole competition who somewhat brought Aiden into threat of defeat in any of the matches. For the others, they were one-sided. Who doesn't remember 9-2 against Dog City, 11-2 against Maluva, 13-5 against ESHCA. As Aiden even wonders how he got a chance to play in this frame again. He got off his seat wondering how ESHCA didn't even put a ball, and looked at his face and he's like, this guy is not serious. Let me just give him what he deserves. What does ESHCA deserve? Will Aiden go for the cut? Will he go for the direct diagonal corner pocket? Goes for the bank. This time round, he misses the bank. Come on, ESHCA. Win a frame. Instill confidence in yourself. You are playing for yourself, but also you are playing for a beautiful country called Zimbabwe. And I really love it how Zimbabwean pool fans love their players wholeheartedly, without no divisions. They have their own local rivalries, but when a Zim is playing, every Zim is supporting a Zim. That doesn't happen everywhere. I've seen times when a South African player is on table and South African fans are divided at the venue and otherwise online. I've seen it with Ugandans. I've not yet seen it with Tanzanians. With the Zims, it is a national discipline. I love that. Please be patient, Facebookers. The stream seems to be having an internet lapse, which will be sorted when the ongoing frame ends. For those that will hear the audio, you can tune into the YouTube stream as the Facebook stream gets sorted. As ESHCA gets the scoreline sorted, he came so close to making it, to Aiden making it 4-1. It is even closer to ESHCA making it 3-2. That is why the difference between victory and defeat in frames for 2+ players is very minimal. This one is going to Zimbabwe. ESHCA 2 and Aiden 3. It is ESHCA to allow Africa to watch a grand final of this competition or not. The only way he can treat us to an awaited grand final is if he wins this match. If he wins 11 frames before ADEN can win 10 out of the remaining 20, then we shall have a grand final. Anything other than that, then this match shall be the very last. And maybe it shall, dear viewers. I like it for the fact that even when you look at ADEN's facial expression, at least ESHCA has put him under some kind of pressure. In the previous match, in the first final, ADEN was so confident and he made ESHCA look very lightweight. Look at the position of the two yellows touching each other. There is where winning or losing this frame for ADEN is, as he aimed to play the cue ball behind the two yellows. He ended up missing the pot. He ended up granting chance for ESHCA to play again in the frame. And look at the red is playing by Red Rabbit. Could go in off the yellow to the center pocket bottom. Come on, ESHCA is seemingly not even confident enough to give very good competition. Lucky ADEN snookers. There are 4 members of ADEN's Ghost Nation team that are watching the action at the venue. No prizes for guessing whom they are supporting. Maybe they are waiting for some kind of celebrations. Rivaldo, Leroy, Jelani, alongside ADEN. Also a few members of ESHCA's Nevson Select team. That is Parker, O'Sullivan, and of course Francis. With Harry watching from the side, watching like a guy confident in his man. And ESHCA will be playing the cue ball into the red, playing into the corner pocket diagonally top of the screen on the right will be the best chance of him manipulating white for black, but he's going for a sharp cut of the red into the center pocket top, bounce the cue ball off the right cushion, moving it all the way leftwards, but was nowhere close to being accurate. Another chance for a ghost. One of those frames where only safety will do, even when you are aiding. Trying to put with the kind of thing White is having is something in itself. But he's a very adventurous player. He's simply deciding to play safe, make it difficult for ESHCA to put, even though he shows ESHCA the whole of the red. Most realistically, a sharp cut of the red on the left may drive it into the corner pocket top right. From Facebook, it is the corner pocket top left. From YouTube, here it comes. Remember, the idea is to cut the red sharp. That is the cut. There we go. Maybe the white intercepted the movement of the red. Maybe the cut was accurate. A reminder to ADEN that ESHCA is as well a good player. ADEN, I will say, went for something a little too tough, having to bank a yellow off the cushion and off the red. It didn't come through, and ESHCA will be playing a little backspin, which I'll be giving him perfect right for black. The corner pocket top left of the screen. ESHCA to equalize for the first time in the final, and yes, he does. 3-3, dear viewers. Zimbabwe can smile again. Race to 13 is now race to 10.
This is our personally.
Three all. Please keep me company. Maybe in the next 80 to 90 minutes we shall be having a winner. As a matter of consequence, if the winner is ESHCA, we shall have a grand final, because both of the players shall have been defeated once in the competition. They will have to take each other on to determine who takes the prize for number one. If it is ADEN, he would have won both the first and second lives and will be taking positions number 1 and 2. That's what exactly he wants, but he fouls. Maybe ESHCA is getting his groove. The two friends he has won in a row, ESHCA, have successfully gotten ADEN under necessary pressure, speaking from an ESHCA perspective. He needs this. He won the first frame of the final ESHCA. Then ADEN won the next 3. ESHCA won the next 2. He's trying to win a third in a row, which if he did, will see him lead in the final. which would be a big statement from the Zimbabwean that yes, in what will be, I think, the very first time in the match, someone will have won 3 frames in a row against ADEN. That someone is the kid from the ghettos of Mbare in Harare, who is one of the most idolized players nowadays in the country. This tournament has vindicated him as the country's very best. ESHCA 4 and ADEN 3.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now it's time for Timberlake. Don't fuck around. Rock solid, solid like a rock.
Hopefully you're not having now that bad audio feedback, especially those that are watching from the YouTube stream. If that audio feedback is still nagging you, please advise me in the comments. If you're only now joining the stream, you are looking at Aiden Joseph trying to win two finals to take positions number 1 and 2. But it's just now the commentators thought that irrespective of the outcome of the match, ESHCA Aiden's opponent is already some kind of winner. A minor victory of being the first and only player in this competition to win 4 frames in a row against Aiden. That's exactly the case that has happened, because at one time Aiden led by 3 frames to 1. At the next time, ESHCA leads by 5 frames to 3. Aiden is kind of demonstrating to ESHCA that, boy, what you can do, I can do better. He wants to win frame number 9 with 1 visit of the table. Little backspin. Leaves a straight line between white and black, and the corner pocket bottom right for Aiden to put the black by break and finish. Live on break and finish. Aiden 4 and ESHCA 5. As a matter of response to some of your concerns, I do believe that you are enjoying the stream from wherever you're watching. If the guy that is breaking now doesn't win it, it will be our last match of the competition. Pius Moganga is asking if ESHCA does ESHCA take positions 3 and 4 if he loses both finals? The answer is yes, he does. In fact, after losing the first final, he confirms himself only as 4th in the competition. If he wins this final, he confirms himself as 2nd. Then the next final shall be contested for positions number 1 and 3. If ESHCA loses, he takes the 3rd position. Then Aiden takes number 1 and 2. Someone is asking, that is Mambo Kapala, is asking if ESHCA wins this one and then they meet in the grand final, Are they going? What are they going to use to determine positions number 3 and 4? Very good question. When I come to think of it, if ESHCA wins, yes, you're right. If ESHCA wins, they play the grand final and then they play the third place match. Because if ESHCA wins, they are at very equal footing. Let me try and get you the facts of the prize bracket of this competition, which, by the way, the management of the venue, that is the boss himself, Melvin, has promised that the next edition shall come as bigger and better. I love these competitions that can turn around players' lives. For instance, ESHCA is nowadays a boss, the director of the ESHCA Litapol Arena, an arena that came from his talent. And special thanks to the very wonderful guidance of his boss, Nevson.
Remember the name.
I became so surprised seeing Tammy making noise, a lot of noise, as though to scare off ADEN, who was taking a shot, until I discovered that I may have to give you some news that in the run-in to the Premier League title, Arsenal has scored a goal. So Tammy is forgiven. Otherwise, for the matter of prize bracket, number 1 is taking 80,000 South Africa rands. How much is that in your local currency, guys? I want someone to advise me before I tell you how much it is in my local currency, and I don't want to laugh at me. I don't want you to laugh at me when I tell you. Second place is 45,000 rands. If ADEN wins this match, he will be getting 125, a whooping 125 South African rands just for playing pool. Talented players are lucky. Third place will come with 25,000 South Africa rands. Fourth place will come with 15,000 South Africa rands. Number 5 up to number 8, that is the likes of Ginte, the likes of Maluva, the likes of Sakala, as well as Tammy, will each be getting 5,000 rands after the effort of shooting balls for 4 days. The rest will be getting a handshake from the organizer, who will be telling them, thank you for playing. Hard luck, guys. Next time, better. This is the escalator, wanting to pull further away from ADEN. And if he wins this final, although it will not be him winning the competition overall, it will be a very, very, very special performance. Many of the players, the folks of his, said that he was a little bit too lucky in winning the Timbuktu International Carnival. Not that he's not a very good player, but that he did not face against any of the big guns, as many of them were defeated in earlier rounds, and ESHCA was at the easier side of the draw. I don't know how much that is true. What I remember is that he defeated then little known Ugandan Mark Muchibi in the semi-final, and then Ginte in the final. He will now have to defeat ADEN in the final and defeat him twice if he's to win this one. ADEN came close to potting black prematurely. He does survive, however. There is one easily potable ball, the red, parked at the corner pocket in front of yellow, but he's having no sight of it. And he's in trouble. And if he does not pot, the yellow of ESHCA can pass. There is some space. The ghost is in trouble. He normally is a good of recoveries, this guy. There's a choice to play the red that he has inside of 3 cushions into the center pocket on the right, perhaps at the top. He may as well opt to play defense. He may want to have this white slide off the red a little, then play it into the red that he has no sight of. All those are options. Neither of them is easy. Even ADEN being one of the most elaborative players on the continent, if not the very most elaborative. This one is a little too tricky. Daniel Mashasha, you are saying you're thanking me for keeping you informed. I do appreciate, my guy. And you say you will sponsor me in Rustenburg. How I wish I meet you. Then you give me that sponsorship. It will be nice. And for me, one of the best memories has been meeting some of them I've been seeing, watching and commenting on these videos. So many of them, and we shared some moments, took pictures together, had pap together, and nyama. Those are some of my fondest memories of South Africa. But this one could be the fondest memory of ADEN if he finds a way of putting this one remaining red on the table for him to win the frame. The black is there for the taking. If he leaves the cue ball with the pot at the top end of the table, which is on the left, he could be on for something special. Maybe a sharp cut on the red is not possible. Maybe play it off 2 cushions into the center pocket right. Maybe a sharp cut to the center, maybe off 2 cushions. Yes, off 2 cushions into the center pocket, off 1 cushion, 2 cushions, and it's slightly off. We are almost served to top quality entertainment from one of the most entertaining players on the African continent, but maybe not. As for ESHCA, he should use this one when these chances come. When ADEN is the opponent, normally you have to make them count. Make this count, ESHCA, for yourself, for Mbare, for Harare, for Nevsan, for Zimbabwe. A 2-frame lead against ADEN after 10 frames played would mean to be something, because the only time in the tournament that he was behind ever since its very start, after a number of frames played, was when we had Jerry as an opponent. And the other 2 players who took any kind of lead, only 1 frame, number 1. That was Dog City in the round of last 8 in the second life, as well as ESHCA himself at the start of this final. ESHCA needs a relatively big shot here. Either pot one of the yellows or deny ADEN white to put red with ease. Maybe play snooker. He's very good on the technical side of the game, but I trust he will do something better. Good, not just better, good and very good. Risky. At the end of the day, the ESHCA demonstrates to us that the risk is worth it. Maybe this one will be the best shot that he will have played in the final. He will be taking a 2-frame lead for the second time. Well fought frame, well thought, with 1 risky shot, well taken by the ESHCA, who now leads by 2 frames. ADEN Joseph 4 and ESHCA Chimwanda 6.
know that we have to go to Zimbabwe. You know, after my day is nothing. Even the monument to Zimbabwe, you know it's not something. It's nothing. Come on, Zed! Come on, then. Wait. You can't be flat. Joseph, you must wait and finish. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Clap. Clap, Zé. Clap, Zé. Here we go. Zé, the only way to be safe is to break the fence. Time for us to again finish. Over. Amanhã. Game over. Amanhã. Game over. Come on, go to it. Come on, tonight. You can never get tired now. The ghost doesn't get tired. Come say. Strong side. Put it deep. You can squeeze, but you correct the squeeze. Only person that I know that breaks the squeeze. He's gonna squeeze forever. Left and right. Money way weather. Left and right. Come on, we heat the punches left and right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody is a foreign charge, please return the foreign to me. Thank you.
One way traffic. Customer care is finished. One way traffic. Come on, Jack. No. Come on, Zed, come on. Come on, Zed, come on.
I'm watching the game. Maybe what I'm watching.
Come on, Zed, come on, come on, come on. Come on, boys. Come now, here we go, here we go. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
It's over, Magala.
Come on, boys, come on, come on, come on.
That was the game.
We are more than South Africa.
If you are watching from South Africa,
Come on.
in support of the Ghost, the performance of ESHCA in the second life final so far may suggest that you may have to hold your celebrations, because he's playing his A game when it matters the most. He has a 3-frame cushion for the very first time in the match. ADEN 5 and ESHCA 8. And Emma Moses from the YouTube stream, you're asking who won between me and Francis. Francis won with a very big lead, with a very big gap, and I congratulate him. Yeah, I didn't have time to prepare for the match. It came impromptu. I have not played pool for a very long time, but that doesn't take away that the best player on the day won. Kongs Francis, he tells me he will want to play a game in Harare in some days from now, maybe 2 weeks or so. In Harare, where ESHCA will be at the Queen's Sports Club Double Life tournament in Bulawayo. That is the tournament that has ESHCA's current opponent ADEN as defending champion. Gone are the days when Zimbabwean pool was second fiddle to the other African major countries, including, of course, South Africa, the leading nation, but of course the Tanzanias, the Ugandas, the Zambias. Zimbabwe is in the mix. In fact, when you now get to look at the core players for Zimbabwe, the players that make the fish figures, like ESHCA, like Sakala, like Maluva, like Family Man, like O'Sullivan, like Pakanat, that team can be as good as any. And look at one of them who is trying to beat one of the best African players ever. He's now growing more and more in confidence. He knows that this one he can win, even without allowing ADEN chance to step on table in some of the frames. It is now ESHCA doing what ADEN normally does. This time round, the cue ball lacked more spin. He wouldn't have wanted to play it into the red. He would have wanted the cue ball to avoid the red. He would be putting yellow to the center pocket on the right, which is center pocket on the top if you're watching from YouTube. He finds himself only with slight sight of the yellow. Maybe he'll want to cut it sharp into the corner pocket top of the screen on the left, which is bottom left from YouTube. Very sharp cut. It's a very, very, very narrow miss. And the way ADEN jumped off his seat to come and pounce, to come and punish, you can guess what is going on in his mind. Maybe he doesn't even know what he's saying. It is nothing like he expected. Being treated to a test of his own medicine, I think ESHCA has won 6 of the last 7. Because it was 3-1 ADEN in the lead. Since then, ESHCA has won 7 and ADEN 2. In fact, he has won 7 of the last 9 frames, where at some point ADEN has been some kind of a spectator watching ESHCA play. The escalator snooker comes off the cushion. It is a snooker. It was always going to be a snooker. Sorry, a foul. The nice snooker. And Dema Moses, you are watching from the YouTube stream. You're saying, no, it is probably your network. I am watching the video as well, and it is close to perfect. I even feel good from the commentator's perspective for the fact that I was disturbed a lot in the stream of the first final. The second is a dream stream, and the voice of this video is being shared for Break and Finish Live Facebook, Channel Polo Club YouTube, as well as Peter Chobi Live YouTube. Now streaming to just over 2,000 people from all the streams watching live, watching ADEN trying to make a clearance that should be a 6th for him out of the last 14, trying to come within 2 frames of ESHCA. For the guy besides Jerry that in the match has given Joseph the hardest time in the competition. The South African Ghost will be putting red to the center pocket, black to the corner pocket top left. For him to win a 6th, as the guy flipping the scoreboard does so even before the black is potted. ADEN 6 and ESHCA 8.
This is double life. This is double life. You have no size game. No size. Your brains are massive. You know the story. Your brains are nicely working. They've been working all along. It will not start now. Nobody won't take.
This one will be the 15th frame out of a total of 25. After this, we shall have a maximum of 10 to go. If of the 10, ESHCA can win 5, then we shall have a grand final. If of the 10, ADEN can win 7, then we shall have no grand final, but this guy playing will be taking positions number 1 and 2, which is something that will not be happening for the first or second or third or fourth time. It is something he has done a few times before. South Africa is his biggest hunting ground. Majority of competitions in this country, he has come dominant, including the 2 of the last 3 editions of the African Championships, where he participated. And the one that he didn't win from the last 3 is where he was not eligible to play. Here, his eligibility We'll see him put the last two reds on the table to the same corner pocket. He will be winning the frame by break and finish. Draws the cue ball close to the black, which he can squeeze into the corner pocket top right, which is bottom left from YouTube. There is space. He passes the black and wins the frame, which I think is the quickest of them all in the match so far. Something that he does to get the hope out of his opponents is make light works of frames he wins, and yet his opponents make hard work of the frames they win. That one can be mind-boggling. Anyways, ADEN 7 and ESHCA 8. ESHCA will use all the composure he has in the world. This frame will be very important, very critical, and very significant. If you can look at the scoreboard, the two players have a difference of one frame, with ESHCA having an 8 frames to 7 lead. Crucial that he extends his lead, but also crucial to ADEN that he equalizes before ESHCA can pull away. Here in South Africa, sometimes ADEN has made himself unbeatable, most especially in this province of Gauteng. He's king to the fans. They worship him like a small god. They love this guy. ESHCA has missed. Maybe crucially, he's not gifting the cue ball away. As ADEN's fans chanted the miss over ESHCA, they will be reminded it won't come easy for ADEN to pot a ball. He'll probably be playing defense. I'm not so certain he can cut the yellow sharp enough. Potting it will have been a very slight cut, almost missing. That is the defensive side of ADEN, allowing ESHCA sight of 3 of his 5 reds, but none of them is portable. Maybe anywhere in his switch shot. Maybe the one close to block. Maybe the one near the center pocket, the bottom. Try to play it into the corner pocket, bottom right. It's perhaps what he's trying to do. It was passing anyways. Nice recovery, ESHCA. Even from where you're watching, you can almost hear the silence of the fans. They know that this is a very critical moment of this match. And when ESHCA misses is when you hear the silence of the fans. Besides the Zimbabwean players, they will be supporting ADEN wholeheartedly. They know that he needs them. They know that he not only wants to win this competition, he wants to win positions 1 and 2. He's greedy enough to want to take the 800,000 pounds and the 4,050 to make it 125,000 pounds all to himself. I was asking how much that is in your currency. Many of you are not responding. In my own currency, number one takes 16 million shillings.
Well, number one.
How much is that in your money? Emmanuel Masuka. That is from the Facebook stream, but also how much that is that in your money? Charity Andrew, who is supporting ESHCA. Simbara, you say in Zimbabwe is 6,205 US dollars. Why don't you tell me in Zimbabwean dollars? Yes, you are using dollars for US. All right. Race to 13, 16 frames down, ADEN 8 and ESHCA 8. Augustine, you say that. You can as well tell me your counting. You say that it is 3.27 million in what currency is ZMK? I'm not so certain. Ndema Moses, you are from Uganda. You say it is 16 million shillings. Yes, the Ugandans and the Tanzanians will be telling us about the millions. I know that in Tanzania it is 12 million shillings. In Namibia, Abisali, you say that it is the same amount. All right. While Zoom 4327, you say that from Malawi it is 6 million kwacha. African 1NG, you say in Zambia it's almost the same value. Yes, but the kwacha is slightly below. They run by about 1 to 1.2, if I'm not mistaken. Les Motalala, you say if you come to Kenya you will be a billionaire. No, that money in Kenya is not in billions. It's not in billions. It's in a few hundred thousands. Zero shot, you say it's in Kenya it's not even 1 million. Yes, you're right. While Motemotsi, you say that in Botswana and Pula it's 102,699. That's what could be won by ADEN, and if he wins against ESHCA, and if he wins this ongoing frame. Bro Masenge, you say that in Zambia it's 9,500 kwacha, while Gushas, you say that in Zim dollars it is $15,000. That's what I was looking for, my guy. ADEN will be winning the 17th frame and will yet again be taking the lead in the first time for the first time since he led by 3 frames to 2 when ESHCA made that comeback that saw him win 7 out of 9 frames. The Ghost is retaliating. The Ghost is demonstrating to ESHCA that what you can do as well, if not do it better. He pots black. He will be potting black to the center pocket, and he's now leading. It has been 3 frames won by the Ghosts. Dear viewers, ADEN Joseph 9 and ESHCA Shimwanda 8.
You will hate to love him. ADEN Joseph.
I want to say that.
Zero Shot Assassin, you want me to make sure that I beat Francis next time? All right, I will. Mohadik, I hope you are watching from the USA. You said that it's $4.28. I see 4,280. No. I think it's more than that. Must be more than that. Must be more than that. Maybe by $600 or $700. Kenya shillings 981,000. You say Jenna Kini and Aneli Mkize. Thank you for watching. Les Matala, you're asking how much a loaf of bread is in Kenya and Uganda. Okay. In Kenya, a loaf of bread is about 150 shillings, which is just about the equivalent of close to 5,000 Uganda shillings, just around there. That is how much it is. And the members is asking for the rematch between myself and Francis, and they should be in Harare if I get the chance to travel. Still Ife. Emmanuel Bora ESHCA, you say, is number one firstborn multimedia official. You say the Ugandan currencies compared to Kenyan currencies is a pure joke. Yes, Uganda has one of the weakest currencies in the world. It's 1 shilling to about 300, 600 US dollars. It is that low. So in my country, to have 1 million shillings is not a very hard task. ADEN winning yet another. I don't know why he's looking out of sorts. This one should be just chewing pap to him. He's deciding to start with the distant yellow first. Has to be careful with the position of the black. He can actually draw the cue ball backwards into the cushion on the right. With big right spin, it goes all the way just around the middle of the table. I don't know why he's opting for something different, but you know, ADEN is ADEN. He has a sharp cut, he avoids the black and draws the cue ball to the same position where he would have wanted it anyway. Even when the idea he's trying to figure out is difficult, he always has his skill to bail him out. The easiest black to be played in the match will give him a 2-frame lead for the second time in the match. Dear viewers, ADEN Joseph 10 and ESHCA Chimwanda 8. Bamboo Stick, watching from Kenya, thank you for watching. You say ESHCA will be a better player, ready to beat the likes of Caesar. ESHCA has ever beaten Caesar. In fact, the last edition of Queens in Blawayo, Caesar's first life was ended by ESHCA. I also remember ESHCA's other life being ended by, I think, Bubesi. And then Caesar played up to the quarterfinals, losing out to the eventual winner. That was ADEN. Malese Crispin, you say there are 2 players that you haven't watched. That is Chile Bobo and the Buffalo. None of the matches of the players were streamed. No. I streamed 1 match for the Buffalo. I did stream. I don't remember who exactly was his opponent, but it is on Break and Finish Live, Facebook and YouTube. Most especially consider the YouTube stream, because Facebook, sometimes I delete if there is music. I have not streamed a match involving Chile Bobo. Maybe I did when he was taking on Mafia. If I did not, then it was streamed somewhere on one of the streams. Takuzo Mishemeri, you say ADEN is really the king of double F comps, the ghost. Well. For the international ones, I think this is going to be the second in my close memory. He'll be winning maybe in 4 years or so. If he wins this match, that is for him to win positions number 1 and 2. For the local ones, they are countless.
He loves what he sees. Come on, go. I know you are going to be watching, man.
Everyone will owe one Villa. Oh, one Villa. Oh, one Villa.
What has made all the fans happy? There is a banter between Pilani and Kelvin. Pilani supporting Aden, of course. Maybe Kelvin supporting ESHCA. I guess so, for equality. And when Pilani pulled the leg of Kelvin, he said that even Kelvin loves what Aden is playing. Pilani said, let's have a match after this. Sorry, Kelvin said to Pilani, let's have a match after this. And Pilani humbled himself cool like a cucumber. He's been defeated twice so far by Kelvin in this tour. Fabio Rogers, you say it is 80,000 in your currency. That is runs. We made Jacobawi. Say Queen's Ultimate and Billiards. I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, the last two tournaments that Aden won the international ones, yes. He's the defending champion of Queens. He's the defending champion of the African Ultimate World Championships. He's also the defending champion of the Billiards Cafe Classic. And if some of you are always pulling his leg that he's not winning, I don't know what you are talking about. Centra Fidi say ESHCA is a good player, but his wins are labored compared to the best players in Africa. You say it is Jerry and Caesar. You have the best players listed. You don't have Aden on the list. You are kidding me. Anel Mkize supporting Aden, while Muhammad, you say it's approximately in the US dollars 4,281.
Zamzam.
It looks like ESHCA is going to be pulling one back after losing what we are about, 5 frames in a row. That was something of a run by Aden. ESHCA is showing that while he's down in the second live final, he's not yet out. He's winning a 9th, the only player in the competition to win 8 frames against Aden has failed on a 9th. That would be very, very important. That one is almost the miss of the whole tournament. Aden will never shy away from punishing when chances like this come calling. He will have a yellow spot and the black, and then still frame number 19 away from ESHCA. The pot of the black will be a formality. ESHCA Chimbanda 8 and Aden Joseph 11.
Others call them Mr. Carl. Others call him Mr. Carl. Others call him Dr. Swan. Others call him Jerry's husband. Others call him the gold. Others call him the son of King. And others call him Home say. Home say. Home say. We give them all protection. We give them all protection. You're squeezing, but you know it's impossible. You are watching a movie. You know what you're saying. You are squeezing, but you know it's impossible. Here we go, Aden. Here we go. Here we go, Aden. Here we go. Aden Joseph, I show everything you need to the boat. Mr. Double Life. Mr. Double Life.
In case you're only now joining the stream, that has been aired for the last 1 hour and 38 minutes. It does have South Africa's Aiden Joseph in his own home country, own province, own city, lead by 11 frames to 8 against Zimbabwe's finest, that is ESHCA Chimbwanda. The two have been the best players in a 64-man competition that has been happening for the last 4 days, including today. They did have 2 of their lives into the respective first and second life finals, with the consequence of them having to take on each other twice. The first life was won quite convincingly by 13 frames to 5 by ADEN. That means he has a place in the grand final. If ESHCA wins this match, he will as well have a place in the grand final, meaning the two will have to take on each other again. For ADEN to win the match, the positive consequence is taking positions number 1 and 2 to hope down the 125,000 South Africa rands. That has the total cash positions, cash prizes for places 1 and 2. For most of the time, ADEN has been a slight better player. ESHCA has given the bloodiest nose to ADEN, and deservedly so, because he's the guy that has gotten this far in this competition with 2 lives. It's just that for some of the time, ADEN has been a little too much. ESHCA will prevail to himself, present himself the white for 1 red. That will have the last red on the table to play by Red Drive, with ADEN in his sitting position, seemingly unconcerned about what is happening, just looking at his phone, maybe enjoying TikTok, maybe pretending not to be concerned, maybe showing disrespect, maybe calming himself down, because he knows this ongoing frame will highly likely be won by ESHCA. Maybe put black off the yellow near the center pocket at the bottom for his 9th out of 20. Here is the shot. Black is in with 1 visit of the table. The ESHCA pulls 1 back. It is ADEN 11 and ESHCA 9. Vincent, you're asking who Francis is supporting in this match, because nowadays he seems inclined to South Africa players. No, Francis for a few months has been residing in South Africa. He has South African blood in him, although he's Zimbabwean, but he's one of the managers of the Nevsan select team, of which ESHCA is a member. So, of course, for national interests and management interests, he will be fancying ESHCA. But for now, the chances ADEN's to win yet another. The South African ghost, who has been such a force in the game, in the country, for the last 13 years, and still going strong. For most of them, he has proven to be the very best player in the country, save for a few years in between, most especially in between 2015 to 16, when Wetsimora became 2-time African champion, and maybe the start of this year, which has been dominated largely by Jerry. It will most likely be ADEN winning this match, and if he wins this match, he wins the competition with 2 positions. 1 bank shot gives him 1 perfect pot, 1 perfect ball, 1 perfect opportunity to win, 1 perfect frame, which will put him within 1 more frame of the victory. But the ghost has got himself so confident, maybe unnecessarily confident, and gets himself snookered. He may have very, very, very rare sight of the red, but putting it is something different altogether. Ideally, you'll fancy that he will come off the cushion. He believes he can play it with the red direct. He may play it direct, but cut it so sharp that he will just play it into the jaw. I don't think it can be into the pocket. ESHCA will probably have a chance to play unless ADEN goes so special here. Plays the red, puts it and recovers. That is where Vilani shouts that he gave them hope and has now taken the hope away. The ghost puts the black for the 12th time in the match and will be needing to win 1 out of the next 4 to take the victory home. ADEN Joseph 12 and ESHCA Chingwanda 9. It is now the Ghost Nation fans, their viewers, who are chanting one more. They know that one more frame will confirm victory home. You are watching what looks like the final stage, the final moments of the Zaribal 64-man competition that has been happening for the course of 4 days, having started on Thursday in the concluding week, where we had 2 lives of the first life, 2 rounds of the first life, and then Friday we had 2 lives of the second life. Saturday, which was yesterday, we had 2 rounds of the first and of the 2 more rounds of the first life and 2 more rounds of the second life. Today we started off with the semis of the first life, then the semis of the second life, then the final of the first life. This is the final of the second life. The first life was won by ADEN against ESHCA. The second life has ADEN lead by 12 frames to 9 against ESHCA. ESHCA needs to win 4 frames in a row or else succumb to 2 positions, but the minor positions, which will be number 3 and number 4. With number 3 and number 4 taking a sum of money, which I'll be advising you about shortly. But he will want to make some short count here. He will want to play not to pot. Plays not to pot, and I think that will go down as perfection from the escalator. Win or lose, ESHCA, in my opinion, is some kind of winner. He's already demonstrated to you that winning of the club Timbuktu International Carnival in Kenya last year was not a fluke. It never was. The tournament that had enough money to almost double what number 1 and 2 does win in this one. This one has seen him take 2 positions in the final. Maybe it will be fitting if we saw a grand final, but that is only for ESHCA to give us the grand final. That is only if he wins 4 frames in a row, starting with this one, which is winnable, save for 1 relatively tough ball, the yellow. That is frozen against the cushion, which is at the top of the screen. From YouTube, it is at the right of the screen. Watching from Facebook. Streaming of this match with this same commentary is on 2 YouTube channels and 1 Facebook page. Break and Finish Live. The YouTube channels Mchana Paul Club and Peter Chobe Live. All of them have ADEN lead by 12 frames to 9, needing to win 1, and ESHCA playing defense. ADEN fouls. ESHCA for now survives. The venue is packed up while it has 14 tables. Besides the one that is having the final, there are only 2 where we're having some social games. Actually, one of them seems to be a race with Dog City rematching with Ryan Mashaba. Of course, the focus has to be on the main action of the day, that is this final. ESHCA will want to play maybe white, round red, put the second yellow to the center pocket right, which he plays well. At least the white ADEN knows he will most likely not be winning this ongoing frame. Maybe if he's to take victory home, it will not be now. 2 more yellows and then the black for ESHCA to take us into at least double figures in terms of his own scores in the match. He's won more frames than ADEN, than any other player in the competition, and yet ADEN has played against tough opponents like Jerry, like Dog City, like Maluva, like Tammy, and many others. ESHCA would have wanted to play the black to the corner pocket at the bottom right from YouTube. It is him now having to play black, maybe by sharp cut, maybe by bank. Goes for the bank. It is in. ESHCA 10 and ADEN 12. And dear viewers, ESHCA has still to win 3 frames more. Of the 3, he has an opening to win the first. I love the confidence, even when things have not exactly been going well. That's why I say he's, for me, some kind of winner. A winner in some kind of way. That is, win or lose this match. Not every player does win 10 frames against ADEN, and maybe still counting, depending on the cue ball that ESHCA will be giving to himself here. Looking like naturally, any shot may play the white into red. He'll therefore want to play backspin, simply to avoid contact between white and red. They move the white to the middle of the table. He misses. A miss that could miss him the frame. A frame that could miss him the match. A match that could miss him the tournament. Looking for a free shot, ADEN Snookers. ESHCA will be coming off the cushion. He even has a chance to support if he plays well, if he manipulates the angle well. He was always never going to foul. I think he plays well enough, at least effectively speaking. Not so many times does it happen for ADEN to want to play many safeties. I doubt this one is snooker. I think ESHCA has sight of the yellow. He'll want to do the same exact thing, put it, and then bounce the cue ball off the cushions, move the white towards the middle of the table. In so doing, he misses the pot and misses it entirely. One thing ADEN is doing in this match, which you don't see many times, it has been a 3rd time in a row that he is playing safety. That speaks to how much he wants this victory. I don't even remember seeing him play 3 consecutive safeties in the same match. When he plays a safety, at most he may only play 1 more. That is at the very most. ESHCA has nicely been responding by finding that 1 yellow remaining on the table. He has not fouled in the 2 times ADEN has played safeties, but to get a feeling ADEN will want to play 1 more safety. Maybe he may want to say that enough is enough for this frame, for this match, and for ESHCA. And seemingly ADEN has made up his mind to go for the frame, go for the match, go for the tournament, knock ESHCA out of the 1st and 2nd by finals, deny us a grand final. But for him, that time when you think you have won, but yet you've not done enough to take the win. Who ever saw ADEN miss a ball that easy? What can ESHCA do? He may, for manipulation of the cue ball, play yellow off red with big backspin. Lovely from the Zimbabwean. That will be enough for him to take victory home, at least for frame number 23. ESHCA versus the black. He sinks it and comes within just one of ADEN. 2 frames to go, both of which ESHCA must win to give us a grand final. ESHCA 11 and ADEN 12. Only It's not so many times that you get to see Aiden play against an amount of pressure that he's facing in this one. I just give to ESHCA the credit for putting Aiden in this kind of tricky situation. Who did see that coming about 25 minutes ago when Aiden led by what was about 10 frames to 5 when he won 6 frames in a row? Perhaps they were 7. It looked like it was done, but now it is nothing like that. It can only be done if he wins this ongoing frame. Done, not just him winning this match, wins it. This frame wins him this competition and wins him the first 2 prizes of this tournament. Each shot will be getting him closer. He has to aim and focus even more than he has in the competition. He seems to be in business this time round. Here comes the ghost, dear viewers, closer and closer to the best of his recent victories. This one will be so significant, especially after having a very start to the year. He will kind of reclaim the status of who he is in both South African and African pool with 1 pot of the black, which shall win him this final, which will be a second final, which shall take in positions number 1 and 2. Aiden versus the black for the cushion drive for the victory. It is in. Victory, dear viewers, has gone the way of the ghost.
Mr. Melvin,
should I? Wait, on me? ESHCA, please come
gentlemen, the prize meeting will commence in 30 minutes.
We need
30 minutes
for that.
for the prize meeting.
Aiden, right here, so that we can also get 3 seconds. Towards the back, are we fine? A little further. And there it is. It has been finalized. You with the win, Aiden Joseph. It was quite anticipated by a lot of viewers at home, and I'm pretty sure that everybody is excited. Let us know, how do you feel about your game with ESHCA? What are your emotions? Take us through your mind right now.
I'd say the first match I played much better than I played now. The game was good. He played well. I made a very good comeback when it obviously mattered. I feel good. I have been playing well the whole weekend. I'm obviously not feeling very well. I've been having the flu for long. But yeah, I pulled it off.
Well, that was quite impressive considering how you played. I do think, though, everybody at home wants to know how did you feel playing ESHCA for the second time and possibly looking towards a grand finale, considering how exceptionally well he's been playing and him still having two of his lives coming to face you.
Well, he most definitely had a very good tournament, and his game has improved a lot since the last time I saw him. And yeah, I can't say I wasn't looking forward to playing him, but I just wanted to get over the line and get it over and done with.
Well, then, congratulations to you, Mr. Aiden Joseph. Is there anything that you would like to say to your fans, because they have been bashing me for supporting ESHCA, and that was only because ESHCA is a young gentleman who is only upcoming into this game, and you being the big dog that you are. Is there anything that you would like to say to your fans, possibly anything to his fans too, or him as a young and upcoming player?
To my fans, they all know there's only one ghost. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
That's what you have to say. Well, then, you heard it from Aiden Joseph. We are concluding this weekend with him as the winner, taking first position, second position, and did you also take the third one?
No,
Oh,
possibly not.
possibly.
I couldn't. If I could, I would.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Mr. Aiden Joseph. And to everybody at home, thank you very much for the love and support that you continue to show the queuing sport. Thank you very much for subscribing and continuing to give us your support whenever we are live. Do make sure that you're continuing with the interactions on all of our social media platforms. Make sure that you're following. Make sure that you keep your notifications on for whenever we come and we bring you the queuing sport. We're about to witness the grand finale. Everybody's gonna get their accolades. Who do you think got which position? We are yet to see. But from me to you momentarily, do have a beautiful evening. We're still going to be with you. Queuing sport. Bye. Thank you.
And guys, as for myself, I will be signing out of South Africa very soon. Congratulations, Aiden Joseph. Thank you for giving me audience for the last 10 days. That only had 1 day of non-streaming. I wish you a very good evening, and may the Almighty God bless you. There's no grand finale.
No, man.